me there. I'm not in a very laughing mood right now, but that was funny. You know, boxing is a business, and my management team may or may not have been offered a fight with Blackwell at certain times. You know, I've had every fighter in the British middleweight division call me out, and it's, you know, it doesn't mean anything if it financially doesn't make sense and reputation-wise doesn't make sense. Then my management team would turn down the fight. So that's obviously what they've done in the past with Blackwell. Now he has a British title, which is something that I want, and that's why he's getting the opportunity to fight me now.
Nick, you've had 23 fights. Chris, you've had 22 fights. Is this, at the end of March, your toughest one?
It's one of the hardest fights I've had. Career-wise, the biggest fight it's going to be, you know, because when I beat Eubank, it will open up a lot of doors for me. I've had hard fights in the past, and I never had an amateur background, so I was chucked into the Lions Den, you know, with the likes of Martin Murray, Billy Joe Saunders, Max Borazak, you know, and I learned a lot from them fights. You know, I didn't go in there and get beat up. You know, I've done well against these lads. You know, and they're world-class operators. So yeah, I learned a lot from them fights. And obviously got one, beat John Ryder for the British title, and all that has brought me to this fight. You know, I just know in my head and my gut, I'm gonna beat Eubank. I knew this fight was gonna happen as soon as I seen a video of Eubank Jr. when he was his amateur fight saying he's gonna go pro. I just had a feeling back then that I was gonna fight him. And this is that time now, you know, this is the time for me to shine. I win that belt outright, and then just opens up loads more doors for me. And it's a good name on that British belt, you know. Eubank Jr., KO, boom.
Chris, is this your toughest fight?
It'll be a challenge. There's every fight is a challenge. You know, Nick obviously wants to keep his title, and I'm here to take off with it. You know, it's. I don't think the fight's going to happen. I think he's going to pull out. I think
when have I ever pulled out of a fight? I fought Martin Murray with a broken rib.
There's going to be some type of technicality where the fight doesn't take place. I pray I'm wrong for you guys.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
How many tickets have been sold, Nick?
I've sold quite a lot more than you, I bet.
He sold a hell of a lot of tickets, actually.
A lot more than you.
I just want to know the number of tickets that were sold.
Well, look, I'm not going to go into details because we're pushing at the moment. But
I've sold more tickets than you, trust me. I think I'm more of a local guy than you. It just shows on Twitter, you know.
He's sort of close to 1,000.
Okay, good. That's great.
Can I,
How many sold?
Nick?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I've obviously sold more than
Nick and Chris, we're going to give you a chance in a second, guys, just to sort of talk man to man to each other, just to sort of summarise each other. But Nick, I've got to bring this up because you've been on the social media recently criticising Chris for his out-of-the-ring antics. You say that Chris should be ashamed of himself for putting on social media the footage of him actually knocking somebody out.
Why did you do that?
Sparring is a very important part of boxing. It's been well known now for the last 6, 7, 8 months that I document all my training. The guy who came down for sparring, he is a tough kid. Been in the ring with and trained and sparred against Gale, Andy Lee, as well as other fighters. You know, so he's not just some kid off the street. He's a tough kid, and he was being paid, and he knew that the sparring was being filmed and documented. What happened, and this is boxing.
I just think it's very disrespectful, you know, to put a sparring session. Yeah, you can knock people down. He's there to learn off Chris. You know, he hasn't had a pro fight yet. You know, so it's not like Chris is really getting a lot out of that spar. But to put it on social media, I think it's very disrespectful. I think it's very disrespectful because I would never do that. I've put a lot of people down in sparring, but I wouldn't go around telling people about it. I wouldn't, especially even if I had it on my video camera, I wouldn't go and put it on social media. And the fact that you actually went to the CCTV and actually recorded it again and then logged it on, I think it's just, yeah, I just think it's very disrespectful. And you're a professional boxer, you should act like a professional.
I have a team behind me who documents all my training.
Why didn't you tell them no? I've had people in recording me and I knocked someone down in the spar and I told them not to put it out on there. They were going to and I told them not to.
That's you.
I just showed the sort of person that you are.
I'm not you. All I know is my training is documented. Anything that happens in my training is put onto my Snapchat, and every fighter that trains with me knows this. I like that you're trying to sit here and talk about, I'm Mr. Righteous and what happens in the gym stays in the gym, when every single interview and newspaper article you brought out, all you've talked about today is what you've supposedly done to me in sparring. So how can you then go and start talking about me?
Did film on social media, guy. I tell that kid, if he's watching, the kid that you're sparring with, if he's watching this, you can come and watch me beat up Chris Eubank. I'll give you free VIP tickets to come watch it.
I didn't hear what you said, but you can't be a hypocrite. Stick to your guns. Don't tell me I can't do something on social media when it comes to a sparring session when all you do is talk about what you've done to me apparently in sparring.
Okay.
Just before we...
Can I just make this... it's an observation. I understand the way in which people may think about the fact that this was released to the public. Him dropping the sparring partner, dropping him. There's a bigger play at hand here, and the bigger play is the middleweights and the super middleweights, and it's turned out that this has sent a message to them, and that message is that Junior is coming for them. And he means to do to them what he did to that sparring partner. You see, now that sparring partner, whether you know it or not, the fact is, he has sparred with James DeGale, George Groves, Andy Lee. Those three fighters know that that fighter doesn't get dropped. He's a very good, young, up-and-coming competitor. So Junior, let's say accidentally, has sent out a very strong message to these guys that he's coming for them. And that is that's the fight business. Psychological edge is always at play. So already he's changing the game. Never before has footage like this been released. But he really means to actually have the senior position when all the dust settles. And this was, if anything, a message to those 3, 4, 5, all the middleweights out there. He means to do to you what he did to him.
It was very scary.
You heard what he said. Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Just before we throw this out to any questions from the floor, you guys have said that you would like to talk man-to-man. So Nick, we'll give you the final word in just a minute. If you can just let Chris Jr. have a 30-second moment or something just to talk to you and deliver a message to you man-to-man. And then in return, Nick, if you'd like to deliver your message as the champion to Chris in return, and then we'll throw it out to the floor for some questions. So Chris, your man-to-man message for Nick.
There is no profound statement or message I really want to send. It's just the fact that, you're in the fight now, and this is going to be, it's going to be a great fight. The British public want to see, I believe they want to see a true British champion. They want to see somebody that's going to represent them. I don't believe you're doing a good enough job.
I don't think we're doing a very good job.
So I'm going to take your belt off of you, and I'm going to fly the flag for Great Britain.
Okay. How are you doing a good job to the British public? All you're doing is you're not representing yourself very well. I think you're trying to do a bit of a Tyson Fury or Conor McGregor, but you're just going the wrong way about that. You're not acting yourself. Your dad's had a chance, you telling you what to say.
Tyson Fury, I'm nothing like Conor McGregor. I'm just me.
Yeah.
And you should concentrate on being you, not worrying about
I'm being me.
Well, I know you are, but you continue to kind of compare me to people and talk about I'm ashamed and I'm a disgrace and stuff like that. You don't hear me saying stuff like that about you. I'm not worried about you. I'm only worried about me. So worry about yourself, train hard, and we'll see what happens on March 26th. But you know what's going to happen.
Final word, Nick?
I just want Chris to make sure he's in tip-top. I want to beat you when he's in the best condition of your life. And you'll talk about me pulling out, but I've never pulled out a fight. I was actually worried about you pulling out. So make sure you don't pull out, make sure you're there, and let's give the fans what they want to see.
I must say that I'm bringing the salt and pepper. He's getting cooked.
What are you going to do when you're hitting me? When you're hitting me clean, I'm standing there smiling at you. What are you going to do?
I will continue to hit you.
And then you get puffed out. In the spike fight, you're tired after 6 rounds.
Take a knee
Yeah?
or get knocked out.
Alright, so what happens when I don't? And I keep it, and I'm hurting you. I'm going to put you in places you've never ever been before. Trust me.
I can't wait.
Trust me.
I like that talk.
It's going to be a bit of a shock. It's going to be a bit of a shock.
I thought you were going to kind of come here and, Mr. Nice Guy, but,
Do you know, I usually am quite a nice guy, but
well,
I've got a bit of fire in my belly with this fight,
It's good that you have something to say for yourself because it makes the fight more exciting. I'm ready.
I'm ready now. I am ready now. He's still got 3.5 weeks.
Great.
And Chris, a prediction?
I've already said, I believe I'm going to stop. I think he's going to give up or he's going to get knocked out. I don't think he has a chin. Like I said, I know what I've done to him in sparring. After long nights with my girlfriend at the time. So, coming into a fight after 2 months of solid training, no distractions, it's going to be devastating. And everyone's going to see it on Channel 5. It's going to be, it's going to be a hell of a show.
Nick, your prediction?
I just hope he turns up. I actually do hope he turns up. If he does turn up, I will knock him out. Later rounds, I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to put him in places he's never been before. I generally do believe that. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a great fight. Both our styles together. He comes forward, throws shots, bad intentions, and so do I. So we're both fit guys, both tough, both strong. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. I think there's going to be a stoppage, and I think I'm going to knock him out 8th or 9th round. So if you're a betting man, put your money on the 8th or 9th round. Easy money.
Guys, we really hope you do both turn up on the 26th of March because this really does have Fight of the Year contender written all over it. Guys, Chris Eubank Jr. and Nick Blackwell, just put your hands together for the guys.